Why narcissists tend to be promiscuous in nature. So I would start off by saying that these people tend to have a very impulsive, exploitative behavior when it comes to sex. All right. And you will know this almost all off the bat if you pay attention. If your conversations are always centered around sex or sexual, or even when you meet up with them for the first time, they're trying to kiss you right off the bat. They want to feel on you, or they're hinting that they want to get in the bed with you. Yeah, I'll never forget, in a getting to know you ship I was in, the person was like very pushy about getting in the bed. And I'm like, this is the first date. Ew. You do this with everyone? Y'all, if anybody is doing that and pushing you, you are no exception. They do this with everybody. That is not anybody that you want to move forward with. After the date is over with, you need to block their ass and move on. Because they here for a good time, not a long time. And I'll say it again, you're no exception. So 3 reasons. Number 1, why narcissists tend to be promiscuous is validation, not intimacy, right? These people seek validation. They depend on others for their source of admiration, right? This is why when you're in your relationship, you'll catch the narcissist bringing up conversations that they have with other people, more likely exes. Oh, such and such told me that I'm this and I'm such a great person. And okay. They need people to literally be a battery in their back. They need it, y'all. They have to have the admiration. And so they take it, with sex, that, that is a source. That is a source of validation, not intimacy. And let me go on and say this, y'all. As it pertains to intimacy, you will also notice when you are in a relationship with these folks and you are intimate with them, it's almost like you only get but so far with these people. They do not drop their wall. So it's like they're there in body, but in mind, they someplace else, y'all. They never really fully connect because they don't view, being intimate with you as a source of connecting, y'all. These folks are just out for themselves. They're, looking to get off, get their little fix, move on, go through the motions, right? It's all about ego, right? And feeding the beast on the inside. Number 2 is they confuse attention with self-worth. Again, these folks love attention. And this is why these people are always on the prowl for new supply. They always meeting people, or they're always, recycling exes or digging through their Rolodex to see who they can dust off that was in their Rolodex. I'm telling my age, that they can talk to now. Y'all, it's all about attention. And if you go back and look, this is why these people tend to be very good in bed. Because that's all they got going for themselves. They don't have nothing else going for themselves, y'all. So they are overly good in bed, but there's a piece that is missing. There's no intimacy. They never truly connect with you emotionally and spiritually because they're just doing the do. And this is how and why these folks are able to do it with multiple people, because they shut it off. They don't see laying down with somebody as anything significant. It's just something to do. It's just pleasure. They love pleasure. They want to feel good. That's it. It's nothing meaningful. Number 3 is the new supply creates excitement. I will have to do a separate video on narcissism and excitement, right? This is why these folks, I like to go towards the slot machine idea. These people love that idea because it's always a chance that they can win. They love to gamble. They love to sit in front of that. These people will spend hours at the casino. They will spend hundreds on scratch-offs. They are addicted to the possibility of winning, right? And so, and let me just say this. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with going to the casino. There's nothing wrong with that. Or if you like to buy a scratch off here and there, there's nothing wrong with that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Those people that literally spend hundreds of dollars on these things. And they spend hours at the casino. Any city they in, they're going to find a casino. Or they're going to go to the next close by city and find a casino. Y'all, these people are addicted. It's an addiction. And that's how they look at the new supply. And that is why they are always wanting to find new supply. The newness is excitement to them. Once that excitement wears off, that's why they're not all fuzzy and frizzy over you anymore. Is what's the song? The thrill is gone. They baby, the thrill is gone. They not excited over you anymore. And this is why these people tend to have a high body count. They always got to have somebody new. But if you don't take away anything else, so the three things is validation, not intimacy. They confuse attention with self-worth. Number 3, the new supply equals excitement. If you don't take anything else from what I'm saying, you got to understand that after the narcissist does all of this, they sleep with everybody from here to Alaska. They're still hollow, you all. They're still not fulfilled. They're still not happy. Their life, come on. Their life is still not complete. It goes back to the unresolved trauma. I'm going to say this in closing, y'all. Almost all narcissists have some type, specifically those that are very promiscuous, have some type of childhood trauma that has never been resolved. Either they were made to touch someone at a young age, or they were violated in some kind of way inappropriately at a young age. Because being, as my grandmother would say, loose sexually is not natural. It's not natural. And so when you see these things, you should be observing in the getting to know you shit. If you see any of these and they're overly sexual, baby, you better run. And you make it to that first date. After that date, you need to block that person and move on. They're not changing. And you need to know that no matter how much they talk and preach that they want a relationship, they're going to be sleeping with other folks while they're with you the entire time. These folks are incapable of commitment. It's not in their nature. If you need one-on-one coaching, you need to vent, I'm offering coaching sessions. The link is in my bio. I love you guys.